Hey, this is Michelle coming to you yet with another, with the second video for my food addiction versus raw food. First, we have to also understand that we have to know that we have a problem. Some of us think that, transitioning into raw food is easy. Some people have done it overnight. Some people just go cold turkey and quit. I remember when I quit smoking cigarettes, there were several attempts that I made at this in order to get it right. And then when I finally realized and said, okay, I can't do this alone. I don't know, some of you may not believe in God. Some of you may believe in a higher power. Whatever that higher power is, we must surrender and say, okay, I surrender. I give it up. So this is my way. It may not be how you have to cope with it. It may not be, your way of dealing with whatever it is that you're going through. You might say that I can do it. I know for myself that there is nothing that I can do by myself, for myself, or even to help others through whatever it is that they may be going through. I know that every gift that resides in my body, every gift that I portray, I know that I can do nothing alone. So I know that for myself. So I wrote down these couple of brief sentences in order to help you as well as myself through this raw food journey. First, you can understand that you do have a problem. You have to say, you have to admit it. If you're not being able to stay 100% raw, or even if you can't say that, if that's your goal. Some people may have to go say, well, I'm going to do raw for 2 meals a day, and the one meal eat just regular food, a hot meal, or processed food, or non-living food, as maybe you want to call it that. You can call it living food versus non-living food, and then maybe that'll help cope with whatever it is that you're going through. Then you have to know that there is help available. And then 3, you have to know that you want to be helped. If you want to battle with going from processed food or non-living food to living food, if you want to do that plight, that's left up to you. But you have to know that there is help available, and you have to want to be helped. And if you do fall, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't make it like it's a life or death issue. And in the essence of the matter, it is. So you have to make it that it is urgent for you to do this, but don't beat yourself up in the process. Love yourself through whatever it is that you're going through. Love yourself enough to say no. And love yourself and understand that we all fall short. No one is perfect. No one got there overnight. And yes, there may be some hardwired people that did just get there overnight. But if you're not one of those, then you fall into this category, such as myself, that there is a struggle. Then maybe this can benefit you as well as myself. Know that you have to have persistence, perseverance, and love will get you where you want to be. You have to love yourself through this situation. Love yourself enough to say, hey, yes, I am struggling with I am struggling with addiction. I am struggling with this addiction to food. And be grateful that you have learned to, enlighten yourself to know that there is a difference between raw food and cooked food, or living food versus non-living food. Be grateful that you do know that there's a difference, because there's a lot of people out there that are suffering with the same addiction and have no answer in order to cope with it. So be grateful that you have found information to enlighten you, as well as to be able to help others through their situation. And know your triggers. Know yourself and know your triggers. I know that if I eat a lot of nuts, or nuts and cashews, or I know that if I eat a lot of those things, that it's gonna trigger me to want processed foods for some reason. So I know that, and I know that by being on other diets and experiencing that. So I know the triggers that triggers me. And basically what I'm going to do is just, if there's triggers that maybe you have triggers with certain friends at your job, and they always want to go down to the cafeteria, to the mess hall, to get whatever it is that they want to get, and you know that they're going to have a negative impact on what you're doing. You may want to set aside some time and say, hey, you know what, I need to go walk on my break, or I need to go and go out to my car and take a brief stroll down, for however long your break time is, or your lunch time is, or just say, hey, I want to be by myself. And that's how I broke the cycle of addiction when I smoked cigarettes, is that when I quit, I said, okay, God, I put this in your hands. I don't need Nicorette. I don't need Nicoderm. I don't need any of that. You delivered me from it, so I'm going to surrender it to you. So every day was a new beginning. Every day was a wake-up call for me to release within myself the power to say no to whatever the addiction was. So once you realize that you have the power to say no, and that McDonald's is not in control, and Checkers is not in control, and Chipotle's is not in control, and Krispy Kreme is not in control, and I know Bluebell ice cream is not in control, my mother-in-law's cake is not in control. So there's a lot of things that we give power to that have no power over us. So if we surrender these things and say, okay, whatever your higher power is, okay, God, you do it for me. You take control of the situation and allow me to move through it and have that control, and just say no, knowing that each time I say no, the more and more I am empowered, the more and more I am victorious and in my own self, right? So we can do all things through Christ Jesus, who strengthens me. I know I can. I don't know about you, but I know me. So you might want to say your higher power, whatever you choose to use as your higher power. We all know. So wishing you the best of success on your journey to raw food, or whatever the journey is in your life, whatever the struggles are in your life. Know that we can all get through this together, and know that you must love yourself enough to say no. And if it doesn't feel right, then more than likely it's not right. So wishing you the best of success on your raw journey. This is Michelle with Raw Love, an episode on non-living foods versus living foods, or addiction, if you want to call it. So whatever your addiction is today, is that realize and know that we are in control. We do have a say-so in the matter of what we give power to. And I realized this on yesterday. My kid's father, he was like, oh, you allowed Checkers to be in control. You gave power to Checkers. And I was like, whatever, I'm going to eat this Checkers burger or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So I finally ate it. And afterwards, he was like, are you going to be saying you're sick? And that's exactly what I did. I went through my whole little shebang bang. Oh, it made me feel sick. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, I got gas. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But I already knew that. So why take myself through the emotional roller coaster ride when I could just say no? And that gives me power instead of Checkers powers or McDonald's power over me, because I said no to the fast food. So in all that, you have a wonderful day, and remember, you give yourself power when you say no. You are the one in control. You have that right. That is a choice. Either you choose to give in to living food, to non-living food, or living food. It's a choice, and It's a choice that you have to deal with. But love yourself enough to know that, yes, we do fall. We do make mistakes. We do err. Love yourself enough to know that all things work together for the good. So, with that being said, you have a wonderful raw day, and I wish you the best on your raw food journey. And this is Michelle with ups and downs, as the good times as well as the bad. Remember, to thine own self be true, and stay focused and love yourself enough to love yourself through whatever it is that you're going through. Just say no, which gives yourself power over whatever it is you're going through. Have a good day. Thank you.